house is found in the groove. Discover the music. Discover the true deep house. This is the real groove of the house. Spirit of house is found in the groove. Discover the music. Discover the true deep house. This is the real groove of the house.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Wednesday stream, where off of the test of the 200 yesterday, we caught some fall through. Wasn't really anything I saw that would imply one way or another, but we just know the levels, right? We know 90K, 92K, and 74K. Those are the big ones. If you're talking about inflection points. And we're rallying up to go test the top of that support resistance zone again. We're almost there. 92K, and we'll be testing it. I hope we break it. I hope we break the crap out of it. We've got that crypto event, the first of its kind in DC. A lot of the bigger devs were invited. Don't know if they'll all be there, but should be pretty historic. DC relevance for crypto. It's always nice. So Bob, man, thanks for your 5th super chat ever. Just wanted to come in and throw down a basic attention token in the jar. Thanks, dude. Yeah, so in inflection point wise, you see the 4 hour, there may be one low and a second low, a higher low getting put in, but you don't know. So I think, we're going to go test the zone here. We've already tested up, thrusted through it, so we'll test it again. We might bearishly back test it.
3-day looking scary.
Scary. Oh my God.
Is that a joint?
Well, we got 2 days and 1 hour. What happens if we're at 97K in 2 days? Not so scary anymore. I get you. If, 2 days, 1 hour, we are rejecting 90K again, but...
Dollar roast update, please. Tie for the streams as always.
Tara? Yeah, Tara update. We'll look at Tara. Thank you, man. Bob, man. Yeah, I can't be too scared. Until we're getting closer to the close. Just think about how crazy this is. On the 3-day, we have not seen positive momentum since mid-December. It's cool that the RSI is trading above the bearish control zone. They kind of rejected it. So like that, neutral. They've done this. Look at this. You see in July, August, September, testing, rejecting before running. So I like that. But yeah, we're just not above key levels yet. We're not making higher highs yet. We're not making higher lows yet in the short term. So it would be cool to gain some evidence of accumulation and trend reversal. We don't have it yet. Silver lining would be all right. We discussed Ethereum and Solana, potential local confirmation lows at key support, their own respective supports, 2K and 130. We're gonna look at those again today. Solana, not much to write home about, but Ethereum still looking really interesting here. BNB was not an inflection point. XRP was not an inflection point, even though they're up. Bitcoin Cash is the king of the day, right? They recaptured that $300 level, and it's almost at $400, up 23%. So, and then we're going to look at some of the altcoins that have the M shapes that have been completed. Took 90 days for them to develop. They were just still sitting there. They were starting to look really sketchy. Maybe falling below the pattern completion zone, but today they've rallied. So they're not dead yet, I guess. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance. So strong. Remember the engulfing candle? You're going for the highest daily close since February 24th. You're going for one of the highest daily candle closes on Bitcoin dominance of this multi-year uptrend and above 61.68%. A lot of upside. There's just nothing there, really, historically speaking. So are they absorbing supply here? Maybe. It just looks strong. No breakout yet, but you are really poised for a breakout. So if they announce some sort of Bitcoin strategic reserve at this, there's going to be some announcement, something is going to happen. And I wonder if, we're going to see a spike in Bitcoin dominance or not off of that. So could you look at Bitcoin futures real quick? Recovered But still, we got to recapture 91,880. That's the level. We're below it. We break it. We're in good shape, man. You get me above 92K. Let's talk about where the next major inflection point's going to be. If you're talking about a range here, I mean, 103, 109. So close, man. Give me a break. Let's just hope this is a false bearish breakdown. You know, this sellers broke support, and it got nasty for a minute. But hey, in the end, it was all noise, and they recaptured the level. So just patiently monitoring 92K. Us getting back above it would be very good, because false bearish breakdowns can have mega consequences. And you have moves down like this, and you can recover without an edge. 2020 is a really good example of that. 2020. Right here. Same type of thing where you'd been kind of uptrending, definitely uptrending since the COVID crash, and then you had a real good couple months, or just a month, and then you had this drawdown here. I mean, good God. Look at that, 20% correction. Holding no resistance, flip to support, and then you were off to eventually all-time highs. So it happens, you know. You didn't have an edge here. It was just a nice back test. But we never even got a back test of the key levels from history as support this time around. I mean, we're not testing anything. You didn't even fill the gap. But similar type correction. This one was from the high to low. Good God, it was a 28% correction. And off the lows now by about 16%. Good recovery so far, but very volatile. Good God. Okay.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Trading Lab, well, it will be. I mean, something like that getting announced, I don't know how the market couldn't go berserk. I mean, that'd be bad for equities. People are like, why would let's just all together take so much of our capital from equities and just put it in these bigger cryptos because no capital gains tax. Let's just do it. Okay, Ethereum up 3.49%. Down here, man, I'm digging it. You know, in terms of we got something to work with. What do you mean? Something to work with, the 4 hour, where you see clearly there's a swing low, a rally, and then a valley, a slightly lower low. And testing an inflection zone. Bullish engulfing candle recapture in 2156. Positive price action correlation after recapturing it. So reconfirming the validity of old support as support again. And you're just holding above it. You're breaking the heart line of the downtrend now. This is a very well respected channel, by the way. It is beautiful. It is art. Composite, man. People, the bots. This is how they're interpreting the trend. And that heart line, you're getting a lot of respect there. So getting back above it, I mean, it could remain in the downtrend too. So people don't get ahead of yourself, but doesn't mean in downtrends you can't get significant rallies. I mean, this thing's upside before seeing the downtrend's supply line, its overbought threshold. I mean, you could see as high as 17% gains before hitting the 200, the supply line, horizontal line support resistance before rolling over. So 17% upside just before you start getting to these levels. Pretty good. Someone could take advantage of that. All right, just finally, I mean, a form of local confirmation at supports after a long drawdown. That's decent. Now, you always want to see something like this. I mean, this would be phenomenal. Like where you have like evidence that is so discernible of accumulation, momentum shift. You don't have it. You just made the lowest low of entire downtrend. I mean, about less than a week ago, like a couple days ago, you made the lowest price in 16 months. That's not good. So that's why we always welcome, you know, the lower low, the divergence develops, you get a reaction, and then it's a better argument for a way more pronounced up rally. When you sell off after that little rally and you put in the higher low and you retest levels of support, more market participants are going to be confident to believe a more substantial move ups coming. So it'd be nice to get that, but you don't have to have it. But I'm just saying it's interesting here, okay? Something to work with. I mean, BNB. Wow, it's just kind of pivoting randomly. Bitcoin just kind of randomly pivoting. It's never pivoted here before in history. Not the first time, not the second time. It's just random. At least here, okay, it makes sense. Someone could manage their risk in a way. Someone could set stop losses. Someone could enter, set stops, and know their upside potential in a situation like this on Ethereum. Okay, so all right, nice. I mean, someone could argue and be like, that's a bullish pin bar. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's definitely meeting the criteria of it. But again, it's just a level from history that's been resistance, resistance, support, resistance. It's been support. They're regarding it as support again. And kind of crazy. I mean, right now, wow, if they keep this up, and all of a sudden a low, then the lower low on price, the lower levels negative momentum. You know what that is? It's like bullish divergence. It can't be that surprised. My God, it's just been terrible. Ethereum still off its highest high of this run by 45%. Lost 45% of its value in 79 days, but at the lows in 78 days, it was down 51.57%. Crazy. Half its value just gone in less than 3 months. So, hey, after stuff like that, that's really bad. I mean, that's like destroyed. So it's like, all right, maybe this is an area, if you're showing local confirmation lows, maybe this is an area where we at least go to 2,400 to go test that level. And if we're very fortunate sons, maybe they break 2,400, 25, 26, test the supply line again. So I'm just saying, right? It's like not like super strong conviction, but there's something there. Better nothing, for sure. Okay. XRP up 2%. See, this one, you had something. There was no confirmation low at all. Like you just got a reaction reversal immediately without confirmation, February 28th. That was the target after failing to break 265. Okay, well then probably see it 196. It happened, a red hammer, and then a green day preceded it. And yeah, big old sell off, but hey, they're holding on, and you think you're flipping coins in between levels, but 265, why not test it as resistance before rejecting it, if anything? So you'd think that's going to happen if Bitcoin has a good time at 92K. Dude, we are up. We are nearing very real levels. Okay. Everyone in this market should be paying attention to 92K that looms, a supply line that goes back to the top. Very real supply line just above that 92K level. 4-hour, 200 simple moving average. There's just so much here. And if we could see buyers break all these levels, could be looking at the long-term uptrend being reestablished. But that's a tall order. That's a lot to ask. So many things have to happen. So XRP, unfortunately, without an edge or any key levels like Ethereum, it's cool. Very strong. Like not many assets out there. I mean, 99.9% of all altcoins have round-tripped the November 5th gains. Not XRP. Not even close. Something's going on. The strength of this asset's very real. Okay. BNB up 2.4%. Yeah, see, like it's just you're not at a real inflection point. It's either 500 or 600. You're below all these resistance points. You're below all these previous swing highs. It's just not as good of an argument for a trade setup, like for risk management purposes, like Ethereum or Solana. But this thing's probably going to rally too if Bitcoin does. I mean, it is today. Nice, up 2.4%. Solana only up 0.84%. Pretty miserable performance. Ethereum's probably better than Solana right now. But in terms of just looking at this right here is really good price action correlation to key levels. I mean, you've got evidence of a higher low on the 4-hour. You got spring back test behavior of 135. It's very nice. I mean, Like, it may not happen, right? But this is a lot of times what assets look like before they go on significant rallies. So I'm just here today showing you we finally have some data on Solana that looks favorable for buyers. The buyers are defending support once. They're defending it twice, and the traders are settling up higher than they did before. That's like evident, a very subtle form of evidence of accumulation, reaccumulation. And it's like, it's a perfect level for risk management, perfect level, where we've seen in history the same 135.36 or 135.68 level be regarded positively as support, right? They recaptured, reconfirmed, and then you had a rally to 190. You did it here. They recaptured that level, then they back tested it once and twice locally. And what happened? 190. So you are in the same situation right now on Solana that you were historically, where we saw 190. So I'm here today reporting this to you, just letting you know it's there. This is happening. You can take action on it or not. It's up to you. Solana's been performing pretty bad compared to Bitcoin and others. But we got something to work with, like Ethereum. And it's all about, I need something to work with. I can't just, hey man, like XRP. It's great, man. What a great performer. But for the framework, for the things we really look for an edge, and 3-to-1 reward risk, it's not there, but probably good long-term hold, XRP. But these are like, dang man, swing traders could come by and say, hey, I could do something here. Solana, yeah. Does that make sense? Do you know like kind of where I'm coming from? Like, it's not about like being right or wrong. It's not about like what's the superior asset, because Ethereum, Solana have been dog crap on this market for a while. But those dog crap assets are now showing us some decent price action at levels where reversals have happened before, and it could happen again. I just like, sometimes I don't know, like if I'm getting across like, hey man, I don't know. Like it might not make sense. All right, so we looked at the big ones. Now look at total market cap. Jonathan, take it away.
I like turtles. I like turtles.
But not for me. Well, they're trying to recapture 2.9 trillion, which is candle high close, all-time high from 2021. Okay. But, that's just the bottom of the zone. $3 trillion all-time high. It's a lot of work to be done. It's just like Bitcoin. Like, they need to recapture 3 trillion. We need to start making a higher high than at least the high we just made. But then definitely, you got to be seeing levels above 3.24 trillion. And then you make a couple higher highs here. You then want to see some sort of back test, even if it's like this. You want to start seeing price action like this. That's when the argument starts really getting strong for buyers. Like, you want to see evidence that buyers are capturing momentum more than before. Oh, a higher high, no longer lower lows, no longer doing the thing we've been doing since mid-January. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. You want to see a higher high. You want to see a higher low. You want to see positive price action correlation to levels. Need to desperately get above all of this. 3.04 trillion. Give it to me, man. And then we can start talking about some really good things. Okay. So, hype in the chat for some things, Let's look at the centerpiece of the movers today. Yeah, your old Bitcoin Cash logo be sitting in the middle of the table. There it is. They recaptured that 308. And then just boom. Going for the highest daily candle close since February 1st. Testing that 200-day simple moving average since the 2nd. And that's about it. I mean, above 372, just, you think 483. The M shape completed, but you can see like they were pushing the price below it. Yeah. They were doing that. So there could be more upside on this thing. But today was its day. Bitcoin Cash. All right. How about Cardano? Been making waves. Hoskins and Son. Been politicking. Well, they were trying to break all the levels. They were trying to break $1, psychological, 99.4 cents, horizontal line support resistance, the supply line that goes back to the beginning of December. They were breaking it, and now they're not. So you're getting close to just confirming the validity of old resistances as resistance again. That's what's happening. So not great. I'd prefer that we close above those levels and stay above them, but you're not. But it's up 3.5% today. Nice. That's right. Have fun with your Bitcoin. That's right. Risk on had a good day today in the stock market. Gold actually had a higher daily candle close than yesterday. I don't think it was too much. I don't think the move today was a technical event of any sort. It was just nice to see some beaten down assets catch some bids. But it's like Microsoft defended that support by the grace of God. We'll look at all of them. So, yep. Chainlink up 10%. My God, man. Wow. They tested support again. Yeah, see, this might look something like Ethereum. If you go to the 4 hour, probably looking like a potential confirmation low. Yeah, look at that. Oh, my God. Yeah, 1 and 2. So you got some form of confirmation. But a lot of work needs to be done, right? Because your trend is not good. You're in a downtrend, and it's so well established of a downtrend, right? Just something like this. Sheesh, that's pretty. Yeah, so you were just pretty much at the oversold threshold of the downtrend. That's when you're, if you have a downtrend conceptualized with a parallel channel tool, which is what I just did there. When you're in the downtrend, the lower highs, lower lows, oversold via price, and then on the top end, it's overbought. And so you were just severely oversold, and you were hitting horizontal line support resistance too. But then locally, 1 and 2, what I try to always talk about in here is like, man, you want an edge, you want to see local confirmation lows. And you kind of got one, but still a lot of work, right? You got to break 1642. You got to break the heart line. You got to recapture that 200. You got to break $20. But you think about like Ethereum, I mean, to the extent of just becoming overbought in the uptrend, it could go 33+% and still be in a downtrend. That'd be crazy, right? Yeah. And there it is, chat. Daily candle has closed. Let's go, dude. Still below key levels, so you can't get excited yet. You cannot get ahead of yourself yet. But there is hopium to smoke on, maybe on Ethereum, Solana, something like Chainlink off that low there. Yeah, look at the nice downtrend. It looks pretty on the daily too. I don't even know why I didn't plot it like that. There's just so much stuff. It gets busy, And I guess in the end, you could say divergence on the MACD, not the RSI. But yeah, still below the 200-day moving average. But, you break the 1642 level, the 19s are on deck again. So there's probably like another supply line too, from like this side. And you broke that one, or you're breaking it. You just broke it today. Wedging, kind of looks like a wedge a little bit. A lot of work. So, okay. Ethereum Classic was up today. See, these ones, they're like hitting these 886s. They're the price reversal zones. They're still hanging in there. They're not dead yet. They're just close to being dead. Avalanche was at a key support. If they were breaking it, it was over, and they defended it. Divergence came in at support. Resistance becomes support. And at the intraday yesterday, it was the lowest price we had seen since late November. You were breaking supports, at least some, but you're back above now. So the upside, it could take you all the way up to 284 again. So just got to think about, or this is Lind, excuse me. Did I say Lind? Aave? Not Avalanche. Aave. Yeah, so this is like a bearish dragon sorts kind of, but now we probably have a demand line. where you think like if they, or supply line, if they break this, see you're getting real close there. Something like that. You break it, you're probably going to 284, $300. But that's a big if. VeChain did things today. Right? I mean, you can't even believe it. They were just testing the hearts and souls of all men on this market. All people. Women, aliens, animals, you know, because we definitely have monkeys that buy on this market for sure.
Hey Mitch, can you aim your brilliant mind at Grab? It caught my attention recently. Possible long-term swing trade?
Yeah, David, we've looked at Grab recently. Yeah. I mean, I think it had been strong. We shall gander. So here we are, VeChain just sitting there. Remember, like, oh, it's all over for VeChain. And then yesterday, see, this is the thing. This is what's so crazy about crypto, man. It's like VeChain yesterday, okay, not 5 days, a week, 3. It was literally yesterday. The lowest intraday price we had seen on VeChain since mid-November, multi-month lows. Huh? But nevertheless, still at the pattern completion zone of the M shape. Today they recaptured this 2.8 cent level. 2.8 cents. Look, it's a swing high in 2022, swing low May 2022, February 2021. Oh, and there it is. That's the level that they recaptured today. The listing price, July 2018, right there. They got it back above that level today. I mean, you are at the max thresholds of oversold. I mean, this is a value perceived area. And I'm not even I'm not saying I know that this thing's going to reverse here, but dude, this is like the basement on an asset. And despite how bad everything's been, look at it. It's a valid M shape, and it took 90 plus days to develop. From the X point to the D point. 117-day large structure. That's strong. I mean, that'd be reliable most likely. So here we are. There's no type 2 return or anything like that. You obviously do want to see something like this. That would be brilliant. But you are at the point now where if a reaction's going to happen, it's impending. You're at the point now where it's like just a matter of time before this thing collapses and fails completely, or before we react. And we probably see a 38% retrace, high to low. You might see a 4.6 cent VeChain just to run up and make a lower high and roll over again for a retest later. But you're at that point now where I'm just saying that you don't want to be like, shorting's high risk to get wrecked on VeChain just because of where you don't want to, even if it dumped more, you just never want to short 886s, M shapes completing over 117 days, recapturing a old 2018 listing price high. Yeah, and maybe we have divergence on lesser time scales. See the 12-hour? 12-hour MACD. Yeah, look at the RSI on the 12-hour. Look at this. That's divergence. You want more local stuff, but right, that's it. That's all I can tell you, man, is something like VeChain. And there's a supply line right there. They break that, we're off. What is this, a wedge? No way. Dude, look at it. It's like a falling wedge pattern. So, it's there. Okay, all I can do is talk about it. Okay. I would say after all this time, finally something to talk about better than nothing. God, because we have had nothing for a while. It's been garbage. There are a handful of assets that are completing these same M shapes. Some are falling below, like Tezos. It's just like sitting there. It's just at the 88% retrace. It's just, 120 days. And it's not just the M shape completing. It's perfect, dude. Literally perfect. But it's these support resistances that, look, man, look at that time in January 2023 when they tested it. Look what happened. It ran to $1.45. Look what happens when they recaptured that level in October. They eventually took it to the same place. And the same, you had a positive price action here. They recaptured and retested it in November before going higher. I mean, this is like a level where you could say, man, this is your lowest risk spot. And I can't even believe that the RSI looks like this on Tezos, because now you got something like this. What? Okay, I mean, the stage is set for a type 1 reaction on some of these alts. So it is impending price action. Like, if I would think if the oscillators, if the M shapes, if the levels being regarded as support a couple times are real, you might get a reaction, which would take you maybe 111, 115. But then eventually you'd want some sort of more convincing type 2 return. But we're now waiting for that major type 1 reaction, okay? Everything's set. You have storage. I think Theta kind of blew past the 886. Not as pretty, but it still got down to this level. 100% retrace on M shapes happens. Not as pretty. Yeah, there are other ones that are prettier. Remember if Dot was, it's right there. You don't know, man. It doesn't look as pretty. But it's like, dang, they just sitting there. Like, when type 1 reaction? When real reaction? It almost looks like just bearish consolidation. I guess some look better than others. It's almost like, looks like, oh, it's going to dud out. But nevertheless, 423, dude, it's not my opinion what's going on right now. Like, I'm just pointing out to you historically what's happened at 423. Well, a bottom got put in December. Took it as high as 793. Then look, you can see how real it is. The sellers pushed the price to that exact same level months later. And it was a rally. Even though it was a weak rally, the trend was bad, you rolled over again. But that is a point where it reversed. And look where we are. We're just sitting there and we're testing it. We're holding it. We have not broken below it with a candle close yet. So it's just, I'm here to report to you today, this was what is going on. I mean, that is the lowest risk area ever, I guess. Like, if you're talking about M shapes and inflection points, dang, they're defending it. They're trying to anyway. You got to have an insanely godlike run on Bitcoin, though. That's the only way these things even have a chance to rally. And then it's not even guaranteed. And there's more, right? I mean, we could keep looking at them. KSM was one. Look, it's like the same thing. Like, it's just not, it's just there. Look, man, 1672, M-shape completing, and you're just holding it. Even though just 2 days ago, it was the lowest daily candle close since November, since the election. You wonder, will it hold, or is it just going to collapse? Because it could, because it's a scam coin. We don't care. But dang, man, you talk about basement of all basements. These coins are there. Storage, too. Yeah, man, this is crazy. This is psychotic. This is like actually crazy. This is nuts. That disgusting 15% drawdown candle we had a couple days ago, and they pushed it even lower to 28 cents. Just tested everything. Are you kidding me? What a scam. But nah, recaptured everything. Where you've recaptured everything and you're at a point where you're at the lowest risk effing area you could ever dream of. It is insane, because it is the weekly that is so insane. Like, yeah, it's not as strong as the weekly. You got to have some that daily needs to start really coming into the fold and pushing the price higher. And if that happened, it would usher in the beautification of the weekly. Because right now you're going for the lowest weekly candle close since, you don't even want to know, since August 2023. But man, if that daily, what they've done today, catches fall through, this is the lowest risk area you could ever dream of for an asset. You just got to wonder, will Bitcoin roll over? Because it's not in an uptrend right now. Short term, still making lower highs. You just put in maybe a higher low, but this higher low can't even be confirmed as a higher low until we make a higher high than the previous high. Tricky market for sure. Anyway, so that's enough of crypto. Let's switch it to the S&P 500. Yeah, we're a rally. We got ourselves a rally, man. I guess we're gonna be okay. Right? They didn't even test the 200 moving average. They didn't. The 200-day moving average, 571.18. No test in the past 2 days. Bullish engulfing candle was confirmed, and this level, the gap fill, was respected as support again. So we discussed this yesterday. So maybe that happened. Okay, maybe this is the beginning of this. We discussed, hey, what type of rally will we receive? Because we do not want this rally to start rolling over with a lower high than previous highs, because then we'll be gaining forms of confirmation that there are less market participants involved with this asset than before. Because you have to think, even though it's barely, the most recent discernible event on the S&P 500 is the highest high in human history. When you say the most recent discernible event was the highest high in human history, there is no bear trend. There is no downtrend. That's not happening yet. Not even really in the short term. All I can see, highest high ever, most recent event. You could be putting in amongst the highest lows of all time. They're defending 575 for now. But it's like, what rally will we receive? And if it's a lower high, then all of a sudden, it starts getting a little flaky. Someone's offloading or something, but maybe not. They could take this to the all-time highs again. Here's the Dow Jones. A nice little bullish inside bar, maybe. Maybe it's all over. They filled the gap yesterday. Nice. And that gap is acting as support. 18% chance they're doing it. And they're trying today. They're trying to recapture neutral, right? We've fallen into the bearish control zone. We had just seen the lowest levels of RSI since mid-January, early January. You're back above 40. Nice. Okay, up 1.14%. Let's see if if it's a bullish inside bar. Let's see if we catch some follow through. The Nasdaq composite. Oh, we've reversed. But we need to see, right? Okay, it's cool that we had a good day today. Whew. The stock market needed it, man. That was a long drawdown. That was a nasty one. That was way worse than what we saw in the S&P, an almost 11% correction. That's normal. 10, 11%, 15%, that's normal. So you came down, you almost tested pretty much, 17.9, 18K, that was tested. They held that, all right. So now we need to see 18.6 be recaptured. But even if they do that, man, what type of rally are we going to get? You do not want that. That would be bad news. And then hidden bearish divergence develops on this, something stupid like this. Yeah, this is where it could be like bad. You don't want that. Hidden bearish divergence with that lower high there. So it will be interesting to see what we get, because like at some point, moves like this, they're waves, man, up and down. You might start waving up, and let's hope for a higher high. But yeah, gonna be tough. So some much needed relief on the markets today. IWM just smashing through 209, 213. You're still below it, and not much to look at here. Not really. Got nothing for you till we're back above 213. All right, Mag 7. It recovered. Let's look at the best today. Microsoft. After doing what they did, right? They had broken support. It was the lowest level in 14 months on Microsoft. But then today, the buyers came in and everything. I guess they recaptured it technically at the very end of the day yesterday. But this follow through is really nice. Back above 397, 388. I'm saying, like, dang, if they get any more follow through or sideways action, are you getting triple bullish divergence on Microsoft? Yeah, that could manifest into a nice rally, but until then, you just got to be mindful. All right, until you make a higher high than 447, it's the lowest high. Yeah, I mean, you got real fortunate today, but anything like this just could be real bad, man. Things just get oversold. They push this thing down. I mean, this was real nasty, dude. I mean, you're talking about in a matter of a month, really. Microsoft lost 15% of its value. Yeah, dude. After moves like that, relief rallies start coming in at supports and stuff. So it is just now on us to be monitoring what type of rally are we going to get here. Oh, just another buyer-inducing rally before we make the lowest high of the new downtrend before we go lower? Maybe. Or are we going to recapture these key levels and then reconfirm them as support, start putting in higher lows, and start really running again? It's important to monitor that. Tesla up 2.6% and not really doing anything that's spectacular. Maybe yesterday was a morning doji star. Yeah, morning doji star, maybe confirmed today. But still below the 200-day moving average, still below $300. But 260 is another level, and you got us close, really close to confirming it, holding it as support. I mean, 265 is there too. It's kind of a $5 zone. They tested 265. That's kind of a strong level. I mean, really, 260, 265, that might be a reversal point. Not really good on the oscillators. No divergence or anything. It's just, I mean, think about Tesla. Cooked, man. Down 46% in 76 days. Yeah, eventually you catch relief rallies. It does not go down every single day, even though it's almost every single day on this. Yeah, you'll eventually catch a relief rally, but it's just going to be, what kind of moves do we get? Is it going to be good enough to recapture 300, 313? And if we do recapture it, let's start watching to see if we have positive price action correlation to those levels, like they reconfirm the validity. Hey, it might be good for a long. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Meta, nice bullish engulfing candle. Remember, they've been waiting on 632 like for at least a test. They tested it successfully yesterday, and you got a nice engulfing candle today. But all it was to go fill the gap, right? 655. Yeah, let's get some follow through tomorrow. Cool to see that they've recaptured the neutral, right? They were yesterday. It was pretty brutal. We were in the bearish control zone for one day, lowest level since July last year. So good to see us back above 40. But yeah, these corrections, they happen. They pivot it, and then it runs again. They attempt rallies. Could be the beginning. Amazon hit that $200 support resistance from July last year, November. They held it. 200-day moving average was regarded as support. That's about it. So we are nice. Google up 1.2%. They recapture 168.63. That's nice. You did get a very real. Yesterday was very real piercing line reversal. That is a strong candle. Okay, that's very real. You want to look for piercing lines to develop at or around inflection points. And this one happened right at that level. Resistance, support. Okay, they recaptured it. And now you got follow through. And this really confirms the validity of a piercing line. So I cannot be surprised if what we're witnessing is real, a real Japanese candlestick reversal, which it is textbook, dude. This pierces through 85-90% of the previous candle's body. So that's strong piercing line. That would mean we're going for a nice rally here. It looks like you'd be going for a decent rally on Google. And if not, it will be valid until sellers take out 166. Nice stuff. Google, piercing line reversal at support. After doing what? After losing so much, 20% drawdown in less than a freaking month. Yes, after moves down like that, even without a real edge, like a confirmation low locally, you'll get reactions, man. Relief rallies come in. The selling gets overcooked on short-term, smaller time scales. So, NVIDIA. Yesterday, you'd say, oh, is that a piercing line? It doesn't look like it pierced through enough. And today, not great. This does not really make me confident yet. Dude, tomorrow, though, we get above 118 and we're holding, I'll feel better. But dang, dude, 118. They tested it as resistance and we closed below it, and that's it. That's a formal bearish back test of a support, and it's flipped to resistance for now. That's the data we have today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow they could recapture it and we're all good. But you just put in your lowest low. Before that, lower high, lowest high. Before that, the lowest low. Before that, the lowest high. You're trending not well, right? You're not trending up. Higher highs, higher lows, short term, just lower lows. But hey, let's just all have our alerts set up around 119. You hear that beep, you know some good stuff technically is happening. They're recapturing a level that could take us to 140 again. All right. And the worst performer of the day was Apple for the Mag 7. Same type of price action on NVIDIA as Apple, kind of, where there's a level of inflection that's very real. And Apple, again, trading below, even off the lows. It was such a good day, man. Whoa. You closed higher than you opened today, barely, but you never could recapture 237.12. Not yet. So that's not great. Have an alert set up above that level so you know what's happening, but but they still could be putting in a higher low again, maybe. We need more. I need more data. Okay. There your Magnificent 7. Very nice, man. If you don't know, MicroStrategy had a really good day today. You had that piercing line reversal situation yesterday. Wow. Holy crap. And some follow through today, that's for sure. Highest daily candle close on MicroStrategy since February 20th. But still, right, just because it was a good couple days doesn't mean like you're reversing your trend. Your trend is still down. You just made your lowest low. You could be working on the lowest high of the downtrend. The correction that is a process. So they could be they'll probably run this thing to 333 for a test. I would think so. At this point, yeah, 333. What is 333? Remember, 333. Some of y'all will remember. It was the month March. It was the year 2000. It was the old all-time high before doom. The end of the tech bubble for MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor. You would think that they'll probably go test that in the coming days, just to regard it as resistance of anything. But maybe a miracle comes in and we break it. But yeah, your correction time. You're in a correction. Coinbase did something technically pretty good today, but you know, what happens tomorrow, right? Like they did the thing. Okay, let me show you here. So it could be looked at like maybe they're trying to. There's a channel. It's like a downtrend conceptualized, or it's a wedge or something. You know, like look at this. I mean, if you anchored 1 and 2 and 3 here, they violated it, but then they've recaptured it today. And then they've reconfirmed its validity. When it was once a support, it flipped to support again. But at the same time of testing the downsloping support, the horizontal line support that is so real, you cannot argue. It is so effing real. If this is like actually being respected, like if it's gonna catch follow, this is the bottom for Coinbase right here. This level is so undeniable. Look how real it is, man. Historically speaking, May 2021 supports before going up to 370. Look, and then it was resistance before it utterly collapsed. Support before running to at least 260. They're trying. So what did they do yesterday? There was an unfilled gap. The sellers pushed the price to fill the gap, and it reversed. And then today, they've recaptured everything. And then they actually regarded it at the lows as support before closing really strong. So you just got to wonder, I mean, the upside Could take you 17.7 all the way to 23% on Coinbase. And that's just, it could make a lower high and roll over again.
Great TA, what do you think of Ink token on Pulse Chain? Are we going to $1? And he beat the SEC case.
Trey 123420. Thanks to 26. I don't know. We'll look. We'll look, man. Yeah, so Coinbase, extremely interesting technical event that has occurred today. Pay attention to it because there's 17% upside if it's real. It may be fake. Oh no, we're just dumping tomorrow. We collapse back below 205. What a scam. I know. But if it's not a scam, tremendous upside potential on coin here above 205, 212. Just letting you know. Baba had a good day. My God, man. Second highest daily candle close in years. Humble beginnings to godlike runs, and we're still waiting on that gap fill at 161 and change from November 2021. I think it will hit it at some point. IQ, China. We discussed this yesterday on stream. It's like, man, tell you this is it. Like, if it's going to do the thing, this is the best entry point, the lowest risk, the highest upside you could ever dream of on an asset. You can't believe how perfect it is. China. Hidden bullish divergence of the MACD histogram. I mean, this $5 over 100% upside on this asset. If it actually just does what it did historically, it reverses and goes to the next resistance. You've got a big chance. I mean, this is so. It's like, oh look, I'm looking at Baba again. You know, from August to last year, where it's people can't believe it. No way that's happening. No way that's going to play out. And then we look back 6 months later, and it's like headed to target 3. So IQ, man, stupid upside. Let's hope it plays out. Let's see the TAs respected. Okay. A lot of Chinese stuff. How's old Baidu doing? Baidu. Same thing. Oh my god. Dude. I mean, there's a gap now, so but dang, dude, above $85 to $87. This is a dream. A dream of all dreams. You can't believe it. This is it, man. If you're talking about the lowest risk area for an asset, this is it. If you want an asset with the most upside potential, something like this is it. I mean, flip the chart over. Would you want to own an asset that has been the buyers have been trying to break a resistance for 6 months, confirm the top, and have just most recently formally regarded the old resistance from history as resistance again after this huge W-shaped pattern develops, trading now today below the 200 simple moving average? This thing looks like it's going to crash. Oh, wait. Thank God. It looks like it's going to go on an insane rally. And like, we don't know, but my God, you know, if you've seen some of these M-shapes develop like this, what it turns into. So it's China to me. China. This is it, man. I can't believe it. It's like, dude, it's not, I don't believe in Chinese equities. I just can't believe, I'm just looking at the Chinese equities and it's unbelievable how good they look. I don't know what that means. We looked at Baba in August. It looked so good. I don't know what that means. People, my Wall Street friends are like, well, yeah, but they look like they're going through a recession. The Hang Seng looks so bad. And then, oh, little did we know, after this, all the stuff developed, Xi Jinping comes in and just pumps like $1 trillion into the market. Money printer go, oh, so that's what it was. Got it. So it's like all this noise, but the harmonic there was there, and the accumulation structures developed. Carry trade, freak out. And then it was gone. And it's like, wow, it resolved the way it was implied. Everything we had identified played out immaculately. Need a gong? Yeah. It's a hand. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, like, maybe we'll find one or something. Let's do Chinese gong. Excuse me. Huh? Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, let me see. There's some requests here. Yeah, I know. Whatever, dude. You're not allowed to have fun on this stream. Get back to the charts. All right, what was it? Bob wanted Terra coin or something. Let's just look at gold real quick. Gold, another. I mean, it was close. I mean, pretty much settled up same price yesterday, a little higher. But they're attempting that rally after that 1618 was tested. Cool. It was up 0.05%. Wow, crazy. Taroxa. Whoa, dude. Taroxa coin. I have memory of this place. And there are levels. And that level was recently hit in February. And it bounced. And you didn't really have like a local form of confirmation. It was just a lower low. Nevertheless, the bids came in kind of like XRP. There's a support there. And they max bid it. Like they do. They'll just do that. At 3.4 tenths of 1 cent. And now Taroxa coin is like they're trying to break this high from 2021, 2023. It's been support kind of. For risk management purposes, it's very tough. I mean, like, how am I supposed to set up a stop loss that makes any sense strategically? Oh, you can't here because you're like possibly topping out like 1 and 2. They could confirm a top and it dumps. You just don't know because you're at resistance. You don't know your upside potential. You know your upside potential if they break the level, but it could be not breaking out. Okay, so I can just tell you if they break it, historically speaking, there's not much liquidity here, straight up and down until like 1.7 cents, and if not, it started getting like then 1.4 cents. Like you can see straight up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Oh, they couldn't quite make it. It was close. So that's your upside. A lot of upside if they can break the resistance. We just don't know if it's actually breaking or not. They could be confirming a top too. So it's all about if they break the level that they're currently testing that is very, very real. It goes back years. Okay. Taroxa. Chat, y'all are super dead today. I don't know, man. 5-day a week streaming is just kind of like during these times. Yeah, I don't know. Grab coin or grab stock, grab holdings. Yeah, it was showing all kinds of accumulation. They broke it out. The trend's reversed, you think? You would really, I mean, they've already done the positive price action correlation to the breakout for sure. And now there's, I guess, so much demand that this gap fill is acting as support. It was up almost 3%, pretty much 3% today. I guess a stop below that, right? You wouldn't want to, because you could lose a lot more value below it. But then, dude, it's just in a good trend. I mean, it might just be something good to own long term. Harder for the swing trader to, again, if you were going to swing trade, it probably be cut your losses at 436. But this thing could sell off to $4 and still be completely fine. So yeah, the trend reversed, but you did make a lower high recently than your highest high from November. But you're now trying to make a higher low than the previous low before. So it's kind of neutral. You kind of like got some price contraction starting to go on here. So anything above $4 is a big old breakout. And eventually you think 591 would be the target of this uptrend. Anything above 440 is good. for now. And that was okay. Next one was, what is it? Ink coin, ink token on Pulse. Ink incentive on Pulse chain. Oh, it's a heart rate monitor, dude. Very, very flat. Extremely, extremely flat. I mean, that's probably your level. It's probably your zone here. Probably like don't want to own it below 160. It's your line in the sand. The good news is they just perfectly tested it 175 as support and bounced, but you're not making higher highs. Here's your high, here's your lower high, here's another lower high. So it's really neutral right now because you got a low, you got a higher low, but lower highs. So you don't really have an edge. The closer you are to 175, 160, the easier it is to set up an entry and a stop loss. But in terms of like structures and stuff like that, I don't really know if you have. See, and look, the closer you are to 160 to 175, the closer you are to the bottom of a range, and the closer you are to 425, the closer you are to the top of the range. So I do like a spring and a back test of spring. But you're pretty far removed from that. I mean, you're off that inflection zone by 40%. So it's harder to, if you wanted to set a stop loss up strategically, right, you would have a reason to not own it below 160. If you're 40% plus off of that level, it makes it a lot harder to construct a trading plan, right? So you'd probably want it to get as close to 175 as possible for the best entry. But hey, it's holding the 200 moving average today. It just past 2 days, so that's good. But there's no edge on this. No edge yet, really. Okay, spring back test is good though. And what I do like about this, despite it, whatever it is, some scam coin on Pulse chain. All these lows here that began in July of last year, every single one of them, they are all substantially higher than the low we saw in January. So you're putting in this new base of buying. Someone's created a level, they're defending it. They're not letting it go lower, which is good long term. So hopefully that sustains, and then you mark up, you break 425 eventually, and you start heading to 567, 726, then all-time highs 949. So it's okay for now. What's up, Corner Man?
Quiener tip $25.05. Melco Casinos, MLCO, possible successful Type 2 return of bullish bat?
What? All right, we'll look right now. MLCO. Remember we've been here. Oh my God. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. I mean, how do you do it though? Do we have earnings? Some stupid. Okay, thank God. Survived earnings, it looks like. I mean, it'd be pretty simple. Maybe they've already put in the low, maybe since February. So maybe it's like that, and then you just first target right there. You see it? See why? It would be best. The closer you are to 484, the best. You're off that. You're 594. So it's a lot tougher. Like, you could really wish that it was lower. But who's to say that this isn't already bottoming out and locally you're getting forms of confirmation there? I mean, that's bread and butter. Simple target, first target. Second target, probably going to be something like here. Reversal point from 2022. And then your third target could just be up here. I mean, it could be like this. One could try to play it like that. I think the stop loss is a little loose, or it's a little... Right? We're always trying to find the inflection point. We never quite got to the inflection point, did we? But if you scale in, you can kind of see what they're doing. It's almost like momentum shifting. Here's a low. Here's the slightly higher low. I mean, it's almost like they're confirming a bottom here. Like the sellers tried one time to get down to these levels. They couldn't do it. Then a rally ensued, but then it faded and a sell-off occurred. And then the sellers tried again to push the price down to $5, 44. They couldn't do it twice now. They failed twice. So maybe the sellers are relenting, and that's when it's confirmed. This whole thing is confirmed. So you could look at it like that in a way. Does that make any sense? Something like that. If you got a sell-off, any sell-off closer to 44, it would be nicer. But that's maybe a way to look at MLCO, okay? Medical. Resorts and entertainment. I mean, this is it's beautiful. It really is something else. What I like about it is on this potential type 2 return that we are witnessing, you've got so much divergence. It's like quadruple bullish divergence. So seller exhaustion on the second low, real. Continuing. You see that? It's like here and then here again. Just continuing to diverge. Sellers they've just run out. They're like, I'm trying. And they've tried so much on this second low, and they couldn't even rival the first low. There's just too much demand or too much seller exhaustion there. And that's maybe how it could be set up. Okay, that's maybe how we would play it, you know. I don't remember posted this formally yet. Could have, but that's just the way. Harmonics, technical indicators, chart patterns, double bottom, divergence, type 2 return, a bullish M shape, miracle, speak, Melco, and enter. Isn't that how it goes? That was the ancient password between the dwarves and the elves. Nervy and Celebrimbor. Let me make sure. No, we didn't do a formal one yet. Might as well at this point. Not the best entry, but again, we went into maybe locally Y. It could be okay. Momo shift, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so all right, there you go, Quina. Thank you, man. All right, well, I'm hungry. Been live now, hour 15 minutes, and it's just a business stream, man. Okay, just coming by to do some market updates. Nothing crazy happened today. You had a little relief rally, that's fine, but you got to understand it's all about the levels. You can't get excited on Bitcoin until the price is above 92K. But you really can't truly get excited until Bitcoin's above 100K due to trends, due to the definition of what a trend is. We are in a short-term downtrend still. Downtrend been going on 6 weeks. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Hey, maybe we just put in a higher low. Maybe. Fine. Step one, that's not good enough. You can't just make a higher low and not make a higher high and and think the trend's going to reverse. It's never going to happen. You have to put in a higher low. Then you have to put in a higher high than even the scam move. Give me a higher high than that. Then recapture 92. Then back test it as support. Then let's talk then. But we just got a lot of work to be. There's a lot of progress that needs to be made on Bitcoin. Okay? And I will be here to discuss this with you as many days in a row as I can. Okay? Yeah, so thank you all for coming out. Appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll just be back. Until next time, respect. T. A.